Good morning, guys. Can you all hear me? Hello.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning.
All right.
Yes, sir. Can hear.
Let's wait for a few more minutes, okay? Yeah, the others join. Others are joining. Who's in the name of Himal? Himal, I don't have somebody in the name of Himal in our class, right? Himal Shine, who is that? And Tanish. Yeah. I don't have somebody called Gaindu as Bihandu. Wake him up, man. Yeah, Gaindu. So guys, as you all know, we are on our third day of map marking, right? Third day. Map marking is a broad subject actually. I believe that in your O-level syllabus, we have to spend at least 6 to 8 days learning map marking, and rest is on you. Okay. I believe personally that we have to spend 6 to 8 days, sometimes, a little more than that, but it's okay. I mean, with the right tools, with the right techniques, we can easily get 9 out of 100, right? This is what you will get from map marking out of 100. 9 marks out of 100, that's almost 10%, right? Okay, so I have a few requests. I want to attend those requests as well, like the old names for rivers and everything. Before I go onto that, I want to share the screen with you guys. I want to show you some past papers. Okay, so what they will ask in your past papers. Okay, so I want to share that, and I want to go on explaining the lesson. Okay, Let me share it first. Sorry, it was my little one started crying. All right. Can you all see the screen? Guys?
No,
Sir,
sir,
slowly.
we can't see.
No, sir.
Okay, let me
Yes,
share
sir,
it
now
again.
can see.
Okay, okay. You have to give it a little time, okay? You know, the internet connections are very slow these days, right? Dialogue is the worst thing you can have. Yeah. Dialogue is the worst internet connection that you can have these days. I have one, unfortunately. Can you all see the screen now? 2016. Okay. So this is the, I believe you all can see this. Yeah, if you can't see, please
Yes,
let me
sir.
know. All right. So guys, this is the first paper from this new syllabus. Okay. So what you have to worry about is grade 11s. You have to worry about 2016 up to 2020. Grade 10, you have to worry about the next year's paper as well. Next year in the sense in February, okay, 2021 paper as well. So grade 10s, remember that very well. So you have only 6 papers, grade 10s to worry about, and grade 11 you have only 5 papers to worry about. Okay. So over here I'm gonna go to the map marking questions. I want to show you something. Can you see? Can you see the places?
Yes, sir.
So if you can read this, you might notice that most of these places have been discussed already if you came last week and the week before that. Do you like feel it? I mean, when it comes to the Sri Lankan map marking places, okay? So there are 2 parts of this question, map marking. The first part is dedicated for the Sri Lankan map and the second part is dedicated for the world map. Okay. Actually, you know, there's only a segment of the world map you will get in your exam, only a segment, because, you know, like they don't want you to mark anywhere in Americas, right? But when we were sitting for the exam, we got places from Americas as well. So we got a full map actually. Now what you will be getting now is a segment or a part of the world map. Actually, you know, they have made it a little easy on the world map because many students, you know, they find it really difficult to mark the world map, right? So we'll be discussing world map. We already discussed our world map in our grade 11 class, but we'll be discussing that once again in our grade 10 class. I mean, grade 10, yeah, they have to discuss. We'll be dedicating a full day in discussing the places to mark in the world map. Okay. And also in our revision class, grade 11s, if you even if you miss the grade 10 class, don't worry, we will be discussing that in the revision class as well. So there's nothing to worry here. Okay. Right. So over here you see Dadru Galloya, we discussed that Lanka Patuna, Chillau, Lanka Patuna, Lanka Pattana, Chillau, Kattaragama. Okay, forget it. Senkadagala is basically Candy. Bundala, no, not yet. Tibbankatu, not yet. Yodavava, yes. Nallur, not yet. Kalavava, yes. Urathota is a very controversial place. Like, because it's, I can't find it anywhere in the map. Okay, but I found the location, but I can't find it anywhere in your textbook. Okay, try to find it if possible. Okay, because I couldn't. Maybe I missed it or what. All right, that's on you, right? Okay, so let me go to the next one, that is 2017, and show you some places there. Can you all see the 2017 paper, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You must be seeing it in a moment. Give me a second. All right.
Sir, can see now.
Can see now? Very good. All right. Over here, you can see Kirindiyoya, right? Kirindiyoya,
Yes, sir.
Iranamaduwava. We discussed
Yes,
this
sir.
Kirindiyoya last week. Iranamaduwava, yes. Devanagara, Salvatota. Did we? No. Kadurugoda. We're going to discuss all these, okay? Soroboravava. No. Gannoruva. No. Jayardhanapura, yes. Kalaoya, yes. Fort Frederick, yes. Pomparipu, no. Port of Gaul basically. Yes, right. So as you can see, we discussed almost half of what we are seeing here. Okay. So we have discussed all the very important stuff, very important places. Okay. Let me share 2018 with you guys. Can you see 2018?
Yes, sir.
All right. So can you see Galloya, Yarnoya? We discussed all this, right? Kalatitta. Remember the mouth of Kalu River, Kaluganga? Yeah, Nigambu, yes. See, one place is repeating, Uratot. They are repeating the place. Okay. All right. So like that, guys, I have all the past papers applicable to you. You guys have to list out all these places. There are like 12 into 5, 60 of them, and you have to mark all of them. Okay. All of them before we can move forward. I mean, in the sense that's basically on you. Okay. Right. So you have to mark, because you can see that some places are being repeated. So make note of it, because because these places might also repeat. So it's very important to do past papers. Okay. And mark all the map marking, especially when it comes to map marking. Mark all the papers in the past papers, because you'll be fully ready. If just in case if a place repeats. No, we expect many places to repeat actually. All right, so don't worry. Okay, there will be a few places repeating, especially when it comes to the world map. I'll tell you, there will be many places repeating. Okay, so you go to past papers. I'll be sharing the past papers again next week for those who joined recently. Right, and before we move on to the lesson today, I want to tell you something very important. Okay, that is, now you guys have this school term test, right? This is for the grade 10s, I'm telling specially. Okay, even grade 11s have to listen this carefully, right? So those who are actually in government schools or semi-government schools like Trinity College and all, they might be facing this Western province or Central province. Let me keep it as province, because it differs from province to province. So Western province paper, they call it. Central province paper, they call it these papers. Okay, then you have this O-level paper, right? Done by the Department of Examination. This is actually made by the Department of Examinations. Okay, so there was, I think, yeah, now Department of Examinations. Now those days there was another body called National Testing Service or something like that, right? So province papers are made by like the provincial education department. Yeah, school term tests Some papers are made by the teachers themselves, depending on the circumstances. Okay. Now, some of you, I know you are so worried about the school term tests because you have to score marks. Yes, obviously, that will reflect your progress. And that is how your parents will know whether you are studying well or not. So it's really important, okay, to score good marks in your school term tests. Some students who will also do school term tests and they will also try doing provincial papers, which is also good once again to improve your knowledge, right? There's no harm in doing that as well. Those who are directly sitting for the provincial papers, those who are in government schools or semi-government schools will be sitting for those. Once again, yeah, which is a very good thing to improve your knowledge. Yeah. Because you don't have a choice, right? I mean, end of the day, yeah, whatever the school gives you, you have to sit for it, right? So, but let me reiterate our ultimate goal, right? Where you will carry forward, now, let's say when you go to a job, nobody will ask you a school term test results, but your O-level results. So this is our ultimate goal, right? Ultimate goal. That means this is what we will carry for our future. Okay. So while doing these well, right, while sitting for the school term tests and scoring good marks, which is a good thing, while sitting for provincial tests, scoring good marks in those, which is again a good thing, our ultimate goal should be this. Because when you go to a job interview, when you go for A-levels, they will be asking this, not this. Okay. They'll be asking this for your A-levels or for a job or for a university course or whatever it is. Right. So all your focus should be on this. While doing well in this, your focus should be on this, because you need to, like yesterday I was talking about tactics and strategy, right? Remember? But this is tactical. This should be your tactics. Okay, you should use your tactics to sit for this, and this is actually a strategic one, which is in 5 months, 5 to 6 months for some, and 1.5 years for some, right? So we will be, while we will be helping you do this well, our ultimate goal in this class will be to prepare you for this. Okay, so that is why we call this an O-level history class. Okay, not a provincial exam history class, right? We call this class an O-level history class for a reason. Okay, there's a reason for that, right? Because our ultimate goal is like to make your O-level result sheet shine with an A pass for history. Okay, right. And there's a big problem here. Okay, let me tell you. Now we were learning about relationships, right? We were learning about relationships between lessons, between the topic and subtopics and everything, right? Even yesterday we were discussing about those things. The problem here is there's no relationship. I mean, these people don't know each other. The person or the panel who's making the O-level paper, they don't know who are these people. Okay. So don't think that everything you see in the provincial papers will come in your O-level. So there are two standards. Okay. There are two standards, completely different. I mean, when it comes to the syllabus also, these people, they don't consult the education department or the provincial education department, anything like that. They basically don't have a direct connection. Okay. They go about their own business, right? So there's no proper coordination, which is worrying. That is why you will see surprises in your O-level paper, 1 or 2 surprises. Like I just mentioned, Uratota is a surprise to me. Okay, because I can't see Uratota anywhere in the book. Grade 10 and 11. Try to find it, because I don't know if I missed it. Right? Just try to find it. Okay. But that's a surprise. That surprises can happen in the O-levels. I mean, not much, 1 or 2. Okay. Some questions in O-levels, I have seen that they are coming from grade 7. There will be 1 or 2 questions, because these people, I told you that they don't have proper coordination with the education department. Education department is actually what makes the syllabus, right? So these people are different from the education people who are making the syllabus. People who are making the paper are different from people who are making the syllabus. So, you know, I have seen some questions from grade 7 as well. Okay. Then when it comes to the marking scheme, they say that, you know, grade 7 syllabus, grade 7 content should be taught more in grade 11 class, grade 10 and 11 classes. This is crazy. No, you can't expect that. I mean, O levels is grade 10 and 11 only. Okay, it has to be very clear. But when they take a question from grade, when they expect a grade 7 answer to an O level question, you know, it's basically stupid and crazy, you know, in our words. We can't, I mean, that is not the standard basically. But I can tell you that even though we have surprises, they are very few, and it will not affect your A pass. So there's no need to worry about that. Okay, that is also one thing that you need to understand. Okay, so you better prepare very well, and you can just ignore the surprises. Okay, don't worry about it. But you should understand that there will be surprises. Okay, having said that, yeah, this is our education system for you. Yeah. All right. What to do, right? Exam oriented, which is again not training you how to think. You know, it will not train you how to think. That is why we are still a developing country. Even though our education system, as they call it, is very advanced, we are still a developing country for a reason, right? Because in our education system, we don't train you how to think. In your school, if you ask a question, Pandita and Depa, right? That's what you will eat. But now, you know, when we were small, but now it has changed a little bit. You know, people are understanding. Young generation has come up, like even your teachers are not very old. I guess, yeah, there will be some old teachers, and yeah, depending on, you know, how your school is and everything. Yeah, that's how it is, you know. All right. So we have gone through everything. I mean, yeah, those things, you know, and we have learned the hard way, you know, right? So guys, today I have you all got this tute in the sense, this is actually a set of the set of maps that you will see in your grade 10 and 11 books related to Sri Lanka. Have you all got this tute? You want me to share it again, newcomers?
Yes, sir. Can you share it?
Yeah, I will do that. I did that just now. Check your group, okay? All right. And also yesterday I shared a O-level standard map, right? I'm going to share it again. Okay. I think Sehatna joined yesterday, so I want to share this for her. Share this with her, right? Okay. It's there in the group, okay? All right. So this is actually, you know, I recommend you take some printouts of this map, take some photocopies, and better practice map marking with these maps, okay, that I just shared, the blank maps. And also I have what you see on screen right now in a moment, okay. This is actually a collection of all the maps that is there in your grade 10 and 11 books related to Sri Lanka, okay. So you can see how many of them are there. There are 7 of them. All right. So all these places, you know, if you check these places, there are many places, okay, that you have to remember. So we are slowly remembering and marking all those places in our map, right? Okay. So the first map, guys, is very important because there are some 100 something places in this map. You have to remember all, right? Yeah. 115 places. Can somebody tell me if you have to remember everything? Hmm? Yes or no? No? Wafa says yes. Hadika says no. Hadika, you're smart, huh? Shamal says maybe. Yeah, very good answer. All right. Actually, no. Okay. Even though you remembered all these places, yeah, there will be, I mean, only a selected set of places that will be coming in the exam. Okay. Right. By looking at this map, you can guess what it is. Places marked with red dots. These are very important. That is why they are marked in red dots. You have to definitely remember these places. Okay. And others, yeah, it's okay. I mean, if you want to remember, no problem, go ahead, remember. I mean, there are other places like common places like Colombo and Avisaville. Those are like cities, Gaul, Mathura. You know, those are basically main cities. So we have to remember them as well. We'll be discussing those things in our class. We have been discussing that and we'll continue discussing those, right? Okay. All right. So the first map is about the prehistoric places in Sri Lanka, or the distribution of prehistoric places in Sri Lanka. With the red dots, you see the excavated places. That means they have dug and found something. And other places they have not excavated, maybe partially, maybe they have found that there's something, but they are yet to discover, okay, fully. The second map is important because when it comes to the megalithic tradition, especially protohistoric era, these places are very important. Okay, as you can see, there are places marked with red dots again here, which are very important. And places marked with black, and also some rivers are marked here, which are again important. Okay. On the third map, it's a very straightforward map, not very difficult, but this is actually to show you the village tanks in Sri Lanka and also the main cities and inscriptions. Okay, so you can see these are not marked. These are just illustrated and not marked, the places where inscriptions were found. Okay, but this is to give you an idea about, you know, how many places we have with inscriptions and how many tanks we have. Okay, and these also show the commercial cities in Sri Lanka, ancient commercial cities. Okay, right. And this is also important because this shows the distribution of the Dutch forts in Sri Lanka. Okay, old commercial city, also a lot of old ports and commercial cities. Yeah, the Dutch forts is actually here. This is showing the commercial cities and ports. Yeah, so ports marked with red color, very important. Okay, so we actually have already discussed a lot of them, like Gokarnathitta, Mahathitta. Yeah, so as you can see, Sukaratitta, yes, that is actually Ura Tota, this area. Ura Tota is not mentioned here, so yeah, so that is the place. So Jambukola Pattan or Jambukola Pattan, Dambakola Patuna, these places are very important. Okay, and look, it's I'm telling, I'm bringing it to a nutshell. Okay, the map marking lesson, right? So then we can easily move forward from here. As you can see, commercial cities. See, these are all commercial cities, ancient commercial cities, including Magama near Hambantota, right? Devanagar was a commercial city. Devanagar or Devinuvara, today we call it Devinuvara, or point of Dondra, we call it Dondra, okay? Then these were all ancient cities, commercial cities where business took place, okay? Nakanagar, Pubbanagar, these are important. I mean, not all of them, but a few. We'll be discussing those, right? And the next map shows you the distribution of kingdoms, especially in the southwest and also in Rajarat, okay, dry zone. So as you can see, Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, two kingdoms in the dry zone, and southwestern kingdoms are marked with black dots without circles around them, okay? Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa were highlighted, right? And as you can see, we have to learn how to mark Yapahuwa, Kurunegala, Kandy, Gampola, Sitawaka, those areas. Raigama, Kotte. Kotte is pretty straightforward. It's near Colombo. When you can mark Colombo, it's very easy. And let's go to the next one. This shows you the distribution of the Dutch fortresses in Sri Lanka. Basically, fortresses means camps, right? So the camps were in the form of forts those days, okay? As you can see, there are many places where the Dutch fortresses in Sri Lanka was there. They didn't conquer, or they didn't control Kandyan Kingdom. So as you can see, there's no Dutch fortresses in the middle of the country. Mostly they're in the coastal areas of the country, okay? Mostly they're the coastal areas and a little bit to the middle, but not in Kandy, not in exactly the middle of the country, but mostly, you know, places that are close to the coast, okay? Right. As you can see, Mathara, Gaul. Now this is why these cities are important. Chilau. Now somebody might ask why Chilau is important. We talked about Chilau Lagoon, Chilau, and it's easy to locate Daduroe if you know Chilau. We spoke about everything, but why Chilau is important is because there was a Dutch fort there, okay? So this is from grade 11, guys. I mean, continuing the lesson from last week. I'm taking this map today to continue the lesson from last week. I gave you a small activity to do. I told you to mark, if possible, you know, the other places that we couldn't mark that day. I mean, the tanks, okay? So this is actually farming settlements. You know, like these projects are done after the independence, which we will be discussing in grade 11. So this shows you, you know, the irrigation, basically the irrigation project map of Sri Lanka. Okay, so some of these tanks were ancient tanks. They were repaired, they were rebuilt, they were restored and used for irrigation. Some of the tanks were man-made, like Udawalawe, Galloye. These tanks are man-made. Okay, so using this map, you can actually mark all the places, all the tanks and reservoirs in the map that I gave you last week. Okay, let me share that with you. Let's try to share side by side. Can you all see the screen side by side now, both the maps?
No, sir, can't
No,
see.
sir.
So you can only see one map.
Sir,
Okay.
you can share only your screen, then can see,
Yeah, no?
not PDF.
Yeah, I'm doing that now. I got it. Now, okay?
So how can I see both?
Very good. All right.
Sir, now can see.
It's raining heavily. How about you guys? You know, I'm scared
Sir,
that I might lose the
rain
signal.
here.
Yeah. I'm in
Raining
Gotatua,
heavy,
very close
heavy.
to Colombo. Yeah, it's a heavy rain here. Anyway, this session is being recorded, so nothing to worry. All right, guys. Pretty straightforward, right? Can you see Yoda over here? Yeah, we marked it last week. Okay. So if you can take a printout of this map, would be a great thing to do. But now we are going to annotate. Who can help me annotate? I'm going to do the first one for you. So when you annotate or when you mark a map, we discussed that I'm telling the newcomers, you have to mark it with an arrow. It's recommended. Okay. So point an arrow to what we want to mark and then take it outside and write it there. Okay. What is this? Yoda
Yoda oil.
Weber. Yeah. Yoda Weber or Yoda tank. So this is Yoda Weber. This dot, which is very close to Matota or Mahatit. Manna, basically. Okay. I did the first one for you. Can you all do the rest for me, please? Try and do. Irana Madu, Weber. Very good. Irana Madu tank, okay, in English. Newcomers today, don't worry, I will get you the recording from last week. Okay, I will upload that on YouTube and share on the group. So don't worry. Okay. Who marked Nachaduwa, Weber? Nachaduwa? No need to mark the rivers. Okay. No need to mark the rivers. Yeah, only the tanks. I want only the tanks. Tanks and reservoirs. As you can see, these black color colored ones. Okay. These are either tanks or they are reservoirs. One daughter asked, what is the difference? Daughter Puta, I think. Asked, what is the difference between a tank and a reservoir? Okay. Tanks are actually, we know that tanks were built in the ancient times for agricultural purposes. Okay. But reservoirs are built like Senanayaka Samudra, which is also called Galloy Reservoir and Udavalava Reservoir. These are actually built not only for agriculture, not only for irrigation, but also to generate electricity. Now the tanks can't do that. Tanks cannot generate electricity. Reservoirs are normally built, you know, high up in the mountains, like in the higher regions, so that they can be used to generate electricity as well. Okay, hydropower stations. So they are called mixed use projects or mixed development projects mostly. You can, you have multiple uses of building those, not only agricultural purposes, not only for agriculture. Okay. All right. So Udavalava Reservoir, yes, correct.
Excuse me, sir.
Puta, Beragama is not required here because it's not marked on the map. Okay. Yeah, it's there here. Yeah, true. I understand. But over here, we have only a limited number of tanks and reservoirs colored or shown. Okay. Yeah, daughter, tell me.
So tanks are only built for agriculture purposes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir.
If you take Minneria tank built by King Mahasen, okay. Basically it's for agriculture. He built it so that people can grow more paddy fields. That is why he built it. Why did King Parakram Bahu build Parakrama Samudra? Because people can engage in agriculture. People can save water and use it for agriculture. Okay, right. Since I mentioned Minneria tank, once you have located Parakrama Samudra, it's very close to Parakrama Samudra here. Okay, can you see this Minneria tank built by King Mahasen? Somebody put an arrow here, right? Red color arrow. Can you mark it? Minneria tank. This is Minneria tank. Okay. Yeah. Can you see there's a small tank on top of that? This one. Okay, first we locate Mahavali Ganga, which is the longest river in Sri Lanka. Very easy, very straightforward thing. You can easily recognize what is the longest river, right? Here. That's Mahavali Ganga. Once you are located Mahavali Ganga, there's a tank very close to Mahavali Ganga. That's called Parakrama Samudra. Okay, that's actually in Polonnaruwa, very close to Polonnaruwa. Oh, it's actually, you can say that it's within Polonnaruwa city limits. Yeah. So it's very easy to mark Polonnaruwa as well once you have located this. This is what you will get in your O levels. Okay, this map. And you know, the tank next to it is Minneria tank or Minneria Vava. You can see there's a small Vava here, small one. I mean, compared to others, these are all big tanks. Okay, compared to other tanks, this is a little small. Can you see this? This one, where my cursor is right now?
Yes, sir.
That is what? Go.
Huruluveva?
It's actually Kaudulla. Can you see? Kaudulla. Yeah. Kaudulla. Okay. Huruluva is this one. Can you see this one? This is Huruluva. Okay. This is Kaudulla. Can you all mark that, please? Now the clue is Parakrama Samudra. Okay, that is the clue. Once you have located Parakrama Samudra, once you have located Mahavali Ganga, which is the longest river, you locate Parakrama Samudra. Then you locate Minneria Vava. Once you have located Minneria Vava, you can locate what? Kaudulla Vava. And the one towards the left is called Hurulu Vava. Okay. I have marked all these places in the map, so I will be sharing that, don't worry, in the group. But I'm asking you to mark because you are learning, right? You are learning, then you'll never forget these places. Ah, you messed it up, somebody. Can you just mark it like nicely, please? Can you take it somewhere here where there's space? Okay, Kalavava, correct, very good. What is this? Okay, right, let me come to that next. So there are two isolated tanks or reservoirs. Okay, they are like so away from other tanks. This is Galloya Reservoir or Senanayaka Samudra. We call it today Senanayaka Samudra. Which can also be called as Galloya Reservoir because this is in Galloya. Okay, Galloya is the river. Galloya Reservoir is the tank. Actually, made by people. Here, this is Udawalava reservoir because this is Valave river for you. Okay, this is Valave river. So you have Udawalava reservoir. Uda means up. Udawalava means this area because upstream of Valave Ganga is called Udawalava. Okay, Udawalava kila kiyanne ekata, right? Udawalava. I actually gone there. Udawalava is very beautiful there. I spent like 2-3 days there when I was a kid actually. All right, so over here you have Yodavava, right? This is Malwatu. Okay, next to Yodavava, just below Manna, you see Malwatu, and this is what? Kala Oya. Okay, Oya means small river. Oya means the singular word for small rivers. Okay, Kala, sorry, Malwatu Oya and Kala Oya. Okay, this is Dadu Oya. This is Dadru Oya. So we marked all these places last week. So I will share the screens and recordings, everything. Don't worry. Okay, right. And in Kala Oya, you see Kala Vava here. Yeah, Kala Vava. You are correct. Who marked this has done a good job. That's correct. Okay. You see this. This is Kala Vava. This is correct. Again, Rajangane Vava. Why? Why here? Okay. So that's actually Rajangane Vava. Okay. Correct the spellings here. Why? Rajangane Vava. Okay, good. And there are 2 more tanks here and these 2 tanks. Okay. Actually, this tank, this one, Paniya Kadavala. Actually, that is not the tank. Okay. Can you erase this Paniya Kadavala? This is actually Nachaduva tank. Nachaduva tank. Can you see Nachaduva here? This one. Nachaduva tank. Okay. Nachaduva. And on top of that, we have to learn the right over here. Actually, this is Nachaduva tank. This is Mahakanadara tank, but it's not mentioned in this map. Okay. Location wise, this is actually Mahakanadara tank. Mahakanadara well. Yeah, what is this one? Can somebody tell me? Again? Nachaduva tank. This is actually Mahakanadara, but over here you see Nachaduva tank, but immediately next to it you don't see any tank, right? So it's actually, Paniya Kadavala is somewhere here. It's not mentioned. Somewhere here. But I don't, Google Maps, right? Google Maps is very accurate. This map, I'm not sure about this one. Okay, this one. Yeah, I'm okay with this one because there are no places marked. But this one, I'm a little worried about this one. Okay, I'll come to that later. I'll show you a place they have marked, wrongly in this type of maps in the book. Right? Is it too crowded? Is the map too crowded? Everybody can see. Anybody have any problem? Please tell me. Okay, don't worry. Yeah.
So what did you tell after Nachaduva tank? The other location?
Nachaduva tank is this one. Kalavävä is here. Okay. Nachadu is this. Okay. Where my red color torch is, torchlight. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah. Paniyan Kadaval, I don't know if they tried to mention this here, but I located this in Google Map, this one. So I can't be wrong. I don't know about these people in the department, what they think. Okay, guys, can you take a screenshot of this, please? Somebody can share in the group. Here, this one, this dot is Kantalevava. Yeah, can you see? I forgot to mention that. Yeah, this right, Kantale. This dot, huh? This dot. It's okay to take as this dot. It's okay. They have actually done a small mistake in marking this dot. This dot should be somewhere here. So, but it's okay. This is Kantalevava, this isolated dot here, right? Okay. Can you point it properly? It's okay. I mean to mark it like this. Yeah. Kantalevava. Very close to Trincomalee, as you can see. Okay. Kantale is very close to Trincomalee. So Kantalevava. Okay. There are two arrows. Erase one. Delete one. Senanayaka Samudra, they might not ask Senanayaka Samudra in the paper, they might ask Galluve Reservoir. Okay. So remember that very well. Galluve Reservoir. Okay. This is Udavalava Reservoir. See, when you mark these places with arrows and take them outside and write them, it's very clear for the person who's seeing this, right? If you try to, what will happen if you try to mark all these in the middle of the map? It will become a mess, right? Yeah, we don't need that to happen. That is why we always recommend you to take it outside where there's ample free space. Mark it or point it out with an arrow, right? Pinpoint it. Yeah. Very good. Okay. So those who want to take a screenshot, they can take a screenshot, crop it and save it, do whatever you like now. Got it? Okay. Right. I think we missed one here. This one. This one here. There's a tank here, guys. Can you see it's not colored, but it's a tank here. This is Padaviya tank. Okay, Padaviya Vava. Can you see this one? It's not colored, so I also missed it. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, we have to learn that as well. Padaviya Vava. Yes, correct. Very close to Mullaitivu. Yeah, this is Trincomalee. This is Mullaitivu. So it's very close to Mullaitivu.
So is it okay if the arrows being crossed?
No, it's not okay. It's not recommended actually, but it's okay. I mean, nobody's gonna kill you for this. But we recommend not to do it. Try to avoid it. Okay. Yeah. That is why I tell you you know, let's say to mark arrows with a pencil, just in case, you know. But these things you can write with your pen, it's okay. End of the day, you know, these things should be avoided as much as possible, okay? Because when you look at it from a distance, you know, sometimes the person who's checking the paper might get confused, might get angry, you know, who knows.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Do we need to always mark the arrows using a straight line? Can we use curved lines as well?
We don't recommend you using curved lines, but you can use lines like this. This is okay, not this, okay? This is not okay.
Okay, sir, thank you.
This is okay, but try to avoid at all costs, okay? Because again, let's try to avoid confusions. So you want to mark this, let's say you want to mark like this. This is okay, right, with an angle. But again, try to avoid it, you know. You don't need unwanted stuff, right? Where we can mark, you know, in a straight line, let's do that. Let's say now when you're marking this one, it's totally okay to bring it like this and then like this, like a list. You can write a list like this and mark all the places. Like then you might have to, you know, occasionally use one or two curved in the sense, yeah, with an angle, right? Like this, something like this. It's okay. It's acceptable. Any other questions? Any questions? So actually, after marking this, you must be fully ready to mark any reservoir or any tank that will come in your O levels. Okay. So this is actually, you know, I have made you ready for your O levels directly, right? Since there's a request, yeah.
Sir, should we know that Ridhyagama and Beragama below which is there?
We'll discuss that. Okay, we'll discuss that next. Which one? No need. Ridhyagama and Beragama, that's actually not very important because they are not actually, they are not marked. These are dots placed by our students. They are not super important. Okay, this is important. Okay, Udavalava. Puta, can you just erase this part? Can I do that? Can you draw a fresh shadow here? Somebody? Mineri time. It's a little confusing. I'm going to erase this one, okay? Because these are not super important. Yeah, good. This is also not. But there's a dot here, right? No dot. No need. When there's no dot, no need to mark. Let's remember what we have to remember, okay? Let's not waste our time remembering things that we don't have to remember. And somebody write this properly. Anudaputta, can you write? Yeah. This one also. After that, we'll share in the group, okay? Oops. I can't erase this. Erase one of them. Yeah,
Sir, it better if one color is used.
it's okay. I mean, yeah, you can do that in actually, all of you have to do this alone, okay? And send me the screenshot. Send me a photo. You have to take a printout once the lockdown is lifted. You have to take a printout of this map, take a few photocopies, keep them in stock, start marking all the places there, right? You have learned. You can use one map to mark one type. That means if you are marking tanks and reservoirs, use one map to do that. Take another map, mark all the rivers. Take another map, mark all the cities. Okay, that is how you have to do. Okay, everybody understood? Because you can't use a single map to mark every place, all the places that you are learning, right? So let's group them. Let's group them into cities, into like cities and ports, into rivers, into reservoirs and tanks. Got it?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, have you marked, like, will you send a picture of whatever we marked until now, the last before class 1?
Actually, it was shared in the group last week, right? The rivers.
Yeah, sir. Should we mark?
Yeah,
anything?
you have to mark all the places alone, huh? Alone, and send me. It's actually an assignment, right? You have to mark all the places alone and send me. All the places that we are learning in the class, you have to mark all of them alone in different maps and send me. Okay. You can check our videos. Yeah. You can check our videos if you need help, right? Let me share this with you again. I think Ryan Putta, you shared a map last week, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm resharing it for you guys for reference. Okay. Right. So you have to mark all these places in different maps, right? Today's lesson we focused on tanks. Next we'll be focusing on something else. I'll tell you. And last week we focused mainly on rivers. Okay. And the week before that, a few rivers as well as a few cities. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Any clarifications? Any doubts?
So when we are marking tanks in a different
Blue
map,
color Parakram Samudra. Yeah. Wait, one second. Yeah, you can write it properly here. Oops, sorry. Putta, can you draw the arrow freshly? Yeah. Draw the arrow to Kaudul level freshly as well. Point the arrow properly here. This one. Let's not. Let's do like this. Okay. Let's erase this. Wait. Okay. Let's take an arrow like. Let's take it here. Yeah. Okay. Miniri, take it here. You took it here. Okay. It's okay. I mean, let's take it here. Yeah, it's clear then. Take the arrow, wait. Yeah, point the arrow properly. Here, take it like this, nicely. Good. Make it a little short and write it here. Make the arrow a little short if possible. So as you can see, you have to sweat it out a little bit. Okay, you have to go through these maps, mark these places. You have to work a little bit in order to remember these things. These things won't fall from the sky into your memory, right? So you have to work hard. Okay, that is the only way. Now you are looking at this doesn't mean that you can mark it. Okay, when I give you this list, now what you have to do is, guys, you can look at this first. Okay, remember this part very well. Okay, this is the assignment. I told you to take a printout of this blank map that I have shared on group and take a few photocopies, like 5-10 photocopies, and keep it with you, right? Take one map. Let's say you're gonna put the heading tanks and reservoirs, and this is what we are going to do. So then you have this screenshot of this. You have all the available maps like this and everything. Use all of them. Use Google Maps if required, and check this out. Okay, check this out fully. Take some time and look at this. Try to remember the places. Okay, and then your next task is take a paper or on the other side of the map or on a side of your map like this. List out all these places. Okay, list out all the tanks and everything. List it out. Okay, put it in a list. Right, then now you have the list. Maybe you can write the list in another paper, no problem. Once you have made the list, close the screenshot, everything. Look at the list and try to locate the places in your blank map. And once you have done that, send it to me via WhatsApp. I want to check how you guys are improving. Okay, all right, so everybody have to do this sincerely, honestly. Be honest with yourself and do it. If you missed any place, go back to the screenshot, check the place and come back and mark it. It's all right. Okay, it's okay. I mean, but try to do it without looking at the screenshot. Okay, without copying the screenshot. First, you have some time to look at the screenshot. You check it out, you check it out. Actually, when you are checking these things out, try to learn the relationship. Try to actually, form a relationship. Try to make a relationship, right, with the rivers. Once you have, let's say, located the main cities, you can locate the main rivers. Once you locate the main rivers like this, Malvatoya. Okay, what is there downstream Malvatoya or upstream, whatever we call it? What are the tanks are there? Nachadua tank, then Mahakanadara tank. These things you can remember, right? With Malvatoya. With Galloya, you can remember Galloya Reservoir. With Valave Ganga, you can remember Udavalave Reservoir. With Mahaveli Ganga, you can remember Parakrama Samudra, like that. Okay. All right. I hope you guys don't have any questions. I need this activity done by next week. Okay. All of you mark the rivers in one map, mark the tanks in another map and send. Okay. Send me to check. Okay, got the screenshots. I think now the map looks okay. Take a screenshot and share with somebody. All right, time to close this. Okay, there's a small activity that we are going to do now. right? I'm going to list out a few places. I'm going to share this map with you guys. This tute. First of all, we're going to list out all the places. No, Puta, you answer. Yeah. No, Puta, those tanks are not important. What we discussed are the important ones. Okay. You don't have to remember everything. But I told you to go and check the past papers, right? List all of the places. Like you have 60 places so far. Grade 10s will have 72 places after the 2021 exam concludes. So list out all of them and you can see for yourself, right? What places we can expect. Direct message me, that's better, without crowding the group. Yeah, send your assignments via DM, okay, please. Right, so guys, I'm gonna discuss some important places over here related to prehistory. Okay, I want you guys to try this out first, because I've been teaching you, I've been helping you all this time. Now I believe that you guys have all the tools, all the necessary knowledge to do this activity alone, right? So this is an individual activity, not a group activity like we used to do. Yes, we have both individual and group activities. So today let's do an individual activity. Now the tools that you can use to locate this is the tute that I have shared, the map tute. I mean the collection of all the maps, right? That you can use that tute, or you can use Google Maps. Okay, right? We are using technology as well. So you can either use Google Maps or the tute that I have shared with you guys, right? So to form the relationship now. When you know the main cities, you know how to form the relationship between those and the place you want to mark or remember, right? So use that knowledge we've been discussing for 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So I'm going to list out the places here. Okay, let me take a screenshot of places without listing out. Let me take a photo and check the group, guys. Okay, I'm sending a photo in the group. I have highlighted some places here. These are important places that you must remember. You can highlight Iranamadu as well here. Okay, it's okay. I mean, I didn't, but it's okay. Yeah, it's no worries. So, can you see how many places are there? 26 are there. Let's mark a few and see if you guys can do this. Let's mark the first 10. Do you all have blank maps? Anybody who
Yes,
doesn't have? Yeah, everybody have blank maps, right? You have to keep a few maps in stock, okay, all the time, right? Think of it as food, huh? Think of it as food, like you stock food for lockdowns and everything. Yeah. You need to have maps as well. It's very important.
Sir,
Yeah,
so should we mark this on the paper map or on an electronic?
paper map. Paper map. That is how you'll mark in your exam, right? I want to see a few maps today. Okay. That how you guys have taken the lesson into your head so far. I want to see them. I want to see practically how you guys are doing. Bihandu, are you okay? You got the map?
Yes, sir.
Gaindu and Bihandu, can you get together and do this?
Sir,
Yeah, Buta.
sir, can you share that PDF of all the maps through the Zoom chat?
Zoom chat. Okay. I sent it to Gaindu only. I should need to send it to everybody. It's a little heavy, huh? I think 8 megabytes or something. Will take a little time to load.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, when you're marking, should we put a point on the place where we wanted, and should we circle it around?
When you're marking,
Yes, sir.
how do you mark a place? You have to mark it with a dot. If you are marking a place, okay? If you are marking a river, you have to point it out with an arrow. If you are marking a place, you can mark it with a dot. If the dot is, let's say, in the middle, let's say you want to mark Kandy, you mark it with a dot, right? You can take an arrow outside. Can you all see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can point it out with an arrow and write Kandy outside, okay? That's one way. Because you don't want to crowd it here. You don't want to make it crowded here because you might have other places around Kandy to mark as well. You don't want to take that risk. But if it is Colombo, it's already on the coast. If it is Matota, already near the coast, you don't have to point an arrow. You don't have to take an arrow outside and take it farther away. You can write Colombo very close to what you have marked, like this. Okay.
Okay.
Like that. Keep it very close. What will happen if you write candy in the middle is, let's say, if you have to write, let's say accidentally you wrote it here, you marked it and wrote it here, then you have to mark Gumpole. Gumpole is very close to candy. Gumpole is here, okay, here, very close to candy. Again, you are clashing. They will clash. See, to avoid that only, I'm telling you, whenever you mark a place in the middle of the map, take it out with an arrow and write it outside. Okay. No, don't annotate on the screen. You have to do it. Yeah. On your real map. Okay. Tarini, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, you have, I have shared a photo in the group. Did you see that with some places highlighted? Did you come to a class last week?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know, these highlighted places, there are like 26 of them. Okay. In the group. Right. Just check the photo. You have to use whatever tools available to mark these places on a blank map. Tools means, I have shared a tute. with Sri Lanka maps. There are all the places, marked here. I mean, you can cross-reference them with the numbers I have mentioned. Actually, the first map in the tube. Okay, this is from the first map of the tube. Or you can use Google Maps. You use whatever you like, no problem. Anyway, we need to accomplish the job. You have to remember these 26 places. That's all we need. How you remember is not the problem. What you remember is what's important. Okay. Got it? Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Do it slowly, no hurries. Relax. Do it slowly. If you have any questions, please let me know. Menuka, can you send me your
Yes, sir.
progress? Can you take a photo and send me your progress? Have you marked any places?
So I'm still marking.
All right. Mark a few easy places and send me. Easy places means you can see that I have highlighted Trincomalee, Kandy, yeah, Polonnaruwa, Colombo, Kalania, Mathura, Gaul. They are easy places, right? They are actually main cities. No, Puta, Ryan, Puta, we will give you time to annotate, okay? Like once you have actually marked all the maps, physical maps, after that we'll do a annotating session, okay? To check you understand, right? Five more minutes. How is it going, guys? All okay? Anybody have any questions? Please ask. Okay. Okay, let's see what you have learned. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to pinpoint here. Okay. It's okay. Even if you did a mistake, it's totally fine. It's okay because we all are learning, right? Okay. I'm going to handpick a few guys. Attas, are you there? Attas? Can you hear me? Okay, Ryan, if you found Pomparippu, can you mark Pomparippu for me, please?
Sir, I have like another problem. My text option is not working. Shall I draw and write on the
No
screen with my
problem.
phone?
No problem. You just point it out. I will write it for you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Pomparippu. Number 17 on the map. Check number 17 on the map in your map tute. Can anybody have different answers to Pomparippu? Please mark. Is Pomparippu there or somewhere else? Yeah. Yeah, it's somewhere here. Okay. To be exact. Okay. My red color dot.
So it's below or above?
Below. Slightly below. Below this one. Did you check Google Maps for Pomparippu?
So on Google Maps, it's showing it's above that, above Kalpitiya.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, this place can extend into a large region. That is one reason. And another reason is, you know, the map in your book might be a little wrong. Yeah. Yes, that can happen as well. But we'll go with the book. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, a little above Kalpitiya. Yeah. You know, Kalpitiya is actually the mouth of the lagoon, Puttalam Lagoon. Okay. Right. Let me share the screen with you guys. You know what's a lagoon, right? Yeah. A lagoon is like a lake which is inside the land filled with seawater with a small opening to the sea. That's called a lagoon. Okay. Can you all see the screen now? Pomparippu? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So this is Puttalam Lagoon. You know, there's another lagoon in Nigambu. There's a lagoon in Chilau. This is called the Puttalam Lagoon. Actually, this is a big lake, like a lake, with a small opening to the sea. See, very narrow opening to the sea. That is called a lagoon. So the mouth of the lagoon is Kalpit here. So you can see that Pomparipu is here, the mouth of the lagoon. So let me go to the map again. So this is Kalpitia here, this one, okay? This one, okay? So where we marked is correct, yeah, somewhere here, yeah, somewhere, yes, here, yeah. This is Kalpitia, so it's above Kalpitia, right? Yeah, because you know the book might tell differently. Yeah, it's a little above Kalpitia, yeah. Let's go with the Google Maps, okay? Because they are very accurate. Right, but there's another thing I have to tell you when it comes to Google Map. We are using technology, that's true, but you know when it comes to ancient, you know, locations, sometimes those names might be different from now. Okay, that's one thing, and also there's another thing. There's another thing, right? We are using Google Maps. Okay, always we'll compare when we are using Google Maps. We'll compare with the TUTE, right? Whenever possible, we'll go with the TUTE because you know the examiners will be cross-referencing with the TUTE, not with Google Maps. So we'll go with what we have in the book, okay? But where they match, yeah, let's always go with the Google Map. Where there's slight differences, we'll go with the Google Map. When there's a big difference, we'll go with the book, okay? So that is recommended because examiners, you know, they will be fully conversant with the book, right? You know, these paper marking examiners are also school teachers. So they will be very conversant, or they will be checking, cross-checking everything with the book or the marking scheme, which will be basically based on the book. Okay, right. But for your understanding, to locate places better, yeah, that is why we use technology, right? To pinpoint locations wherever possible, we use technology, right? Which will be very easy on us. Okay, right. So who can mark candy for me? Menuka, can you mark candy for me, Puta? Let me, yeah. Where's candy exactly? Any other answers? Okay, can you place it out? Okay. Yes, the red dot is correct. Yeah, you know, you see this Mahavali River, right? So there are two ways to mark candy. Okay, you see Mahavali River, there's a big bend here. So actually the candy is inside the bend. That is why we call candy is a naturally protected kingdom. On one side it's protected with Mahavali River, on the other side it's protected with mountains. Okay, that is why we, you know, it's very difficult to invade candy. You have to cross Mahavali River to reach candy. Okay, so it's very difficult, right? On the other side it's all mountains, right? So those days, you know, there were no roads, only passes, right? Like the Galagidara Pass, the Balana Pass, right? Unnasgiri. Okay, so yes, correct. Candy is correct. Yeah, right. So you, once you are located this bend, Mahavali River, this is correct. Okay. Oh, there's another way. If you don't have this river, let's say in the map, maybe in your school exams and everything, you'll be getting a map without rivers, for example. Then you can locate it this way. You can locate Kalambu. You can locate Nigambu here and Kalambu here. Okay. Draw a right angle triangle. Geometry for you. Yeah. Right angle triangle. Okay. Maths also there. Then you can mark candy. Okay. Right. Middle of the country. Right. It will reach to the middle of the Kandy. Can you see that? Yeah, there's another way to mark Kandy if you don't have this river on your map. That's for your, you know, school exams. Yeah. Right. If you don't remember this, let's say if you at least remember this, you can mark. I mean, little bit here and there is okay, right? All right, good. Okay, who's the other one? Malisha, can you mark Polonnaru for me, please? Easy, huh? Very easy. I gave you an easy one. Polonnaru, Malisha, are you there? Can you mark? Sehatna, are you there? Sehatna? Sehatna, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Puta, can you mark Polonnaru for me? Do you know Polonnaru? Parakrama Samudra? We marked it today. Can you mark that? Where is it? Try and mark. Somebody.
So what's the place?
Parakrama Samudra. Yeah, Ryan, you marked it. Yes. Okay, I'm going to erase that a little bit. Okay. Yeah. This is Parakrama Samudra. Okay. This is the longest river in Sri Lanka, Mahavali River. And when you come upstream Mahavali River, you see this Parakrama Samudra. Polonnaru is very close to that. Polonnaru is exactly here. Give me a second. I'll mark it. Okay. Here. This is Polonnaru, very close to Parakrama Samudra. Okay. So you can mark it with a dot. I mean, no need to draw a big dot like this. Yeah, my sensitivity in the mouse. You can mark it with an arrow. Take Polonnaru out. Oh, you can. I mean, since it's very close to the coast, you can even write Polonnaru here. It's also okay. That is very close. Half of the word will be inside and
Excuse
half
me,
of the word will be outside. This is also okay, right? Yeah.
sir. Can you mark Polonnaru here?
Where?
Sir, here.
Why?
Polonnaru?
Yeah, why do we mark there?
No, sir, I marked there.
Oh, how can you do that? Can you mark Sri Lanka in the middle of India? Yeah. Polonnaru is here, okay? You can't mark somewhere else. Erase it and mark. You can't change the places, okay? The kings will kill us. They will, you know, like get up from their graves and come and kill us if we mark it differently. Yeah. Yeah. You can't mark it anywhere else. You have to mark it exactly in that location. You know, once you are located Parakrama Samudra, Polonnaru is very close to that. Let me show you in Google Maps. I think we discussed this last week. Yeah. Can you all see the screen? Google Maps? No? Now yours. Yes. Now yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Can you see this is Parakrama Samudra? Okay. Very close to Mahavali Ganga. See? This is Parakrama Samudra and Polonnaru, yeah, right above it. Right to the right side of it. Polonnaru. This is actually the city. So what we have marked here is correct. Polonnaru. Here, this place is correct. Okay, this is Mahavali Ganga, this is Parakrama Samudra. You know, there will be like slight differences between the map you are getting and also Google Maps. Okay, so Google, you know, to get a better accurate understanding, you use Google Maps, right? But we'll stick to the book as well, right? Whatever the maps available to you in the book. Okay, right. Because not everybody is using Google Maps, but you know, to exactly remember these locations, everything, we'll use technology. All right. Go to page number 13 and 14, guys. Page number 13 and 14. Now, I want you guys to mark all these 26 places, okay, on the map, right? And send me through WhatsApp. I mean, you can take like 2 weeks for this, no problem, no hurry. By next week, I need you to mark all the rivers, check the videos and everything. I'll be uploading the other video as well. Mark all the rivers and tanks and send me next week. Mark all the rivers on one map, all the tanks on another map. Once the lockdown is lifted, you can take the printouts of these tubes. Okay, if you have a printer at home, take it and do it now itself. I mean, these days itself. All right, so go to page number 13 and 14. Can you see many places are listed in those pages? Those 2 pages are very important. Can you see them? Page number 13. There's a list of places, right? Pahiyangala, Kuruvita Batadombalena, Kitulgala Belilena, Bellambandi Palace, Attanagoda Alulena, Maniamgala, Sigiriya Potana, Sigiriya Aligala, Udamalala, and Mathot. All these places are important and you must be able to mark all these places on the map. Okay. And also go to page number 14. You see some places are grouped. Some places are grouped like what? Outdoor camps in the coastal areas that belong to the prehistoric era. Okay, prehistoric era, we have Minihagal Kand, Bundala, Pathirajala. Bundala and Pathirajala very close to each other. I mean, that's almost the same place. Okay, you have to learn to mark those things, those places. Then you have Pahiyangala, Batadombalena, Kitulgala Belilena, lowland wet zone caves, and they are grouped basically. So you have to learn those things, those places. When you can locate Sigiriya, Potana, and Aligala is actually in Sigiriya. Okay. And Bandaravila, Horton Plains, and Bellambandi Palace as well. So today I'm going to teach you a few places, right? That relates to the prehistoric settlements, caves, and stuff like that. Okay. All right. You know, there are 3 places that are very important when it comes to the prehistoric places. Okay. Kitulgala Belilena, Pahiyangala in Bulat Sinhala, and Kuruvita Batadombalena. They are very close to each other. Close in the sense, in the same province, you can say that, in the same area or something like that. Yeah. Not very, very close, but I mean, in the same area, we'd say that. Okay. So we are going to mark all those 3 places now, right? You know, this is Colombo. Once you have located Colombo, right, you have to locate Avisavale. Now, Avisavale is something like 56 kilometers from Colombo. Actually, if you divide this distance from Colombo to Sangaman-Kand, the widest place in Sri Lanka, I think somewhere here, yeah, widest one. Okay, so that's something around 228 kilometers. If you divide it into 4, almost it's like 56, right? So if you divide it into 4, you get this Avisavale somewhere here. Yeah, so you have to pass Avisavale to get to Kitulgala. That's something around 15 to 20 kilometers, I believe, to Kitulgala. Yeah, something here. Yeah, so yeah, a little closer than that, let's say. Yeah, somewhere here. Yeah, what I did was correct. Yeah, somewhere here. Okay. So this is Kitulgala Belilena, very important. Okay, Kitulgala. Now those who are going to do adventure sports in future, you will find Kitulgala very interesting place because there's white water rafting and everything. Kitulgala, right? You can do that in Kalani River actually. So Kitulgala is very important. So once you are located Kalani River, you can go upstream that as well, right? Okay, so that's Kitulgala for you. Now, when you are located Kaluganga, Kalutara is here. Bulat Sinhala is actually in the Kalutara district. Okay, so let's go. Bulat Sinhala, that's actually here. So Pahiyangala is in Bulat Sinhala. Okay, Pahiyangala is in Bulat Sinhala. So it's very easy once you have located Kalutara, right? Pahiyangala. Okay. Here, once you are located Colombo, you can locate Avisavelle. Once you are located Avisavelle, it's easy to locate Kitulgala Belile. Right? Can you mark this for me? Somebody mark these places with arrows. Yeah, annotate. And between Kitulgala Belilena and Pahiyangala, if you draw a line like this, this is Kitulgala and this is Pahiyangala, come slightly down. This is Kuruvita, very close to Ratnapura. Ratnapura is somewhere here, okay? Kuruvita is very close to Ratnapura. So this is Kuruvita Batadomba Lena. This one. So what I did was I located Colombo, Avisavelle and Kitulgala Belilena. I located Kalutara and I located Bulat Sinhala, that is Pahiyangala in Bulat Sinhala. And between those two, I drew a line. I came slightly down. Then I located Kuruvita Batadomla, which is very close to Ratnapura. Got the point, everybody?
Sir, can you draw it again?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to teach you those 3 places today. So it's very important. Okay. All right. So you know Colombo, right? Colombo, you locate Avisavelle, which is like, if you divide this distance by 4, you find Avisavelle somewhere here. And then Kitulgala is somewhere here. Okay. Kitulgala Belilena. Kitulgala is here. Kitulgala Belilena is actually in Kitulgala. Okay. Then Kaluganga. This is Kaluganga. Kalutara is here. Bulat Sinhala. Bulat Sinhala. Once you have marked Kalutara, it's very easy to mark Bulat Sinhala. It's somewhere here. So if you draw a line, if you draw a straight line connecting Pahiyangala is in Bulat Sinhala. Okay. And Kuruvita, sorry, not Kuruvita, it's Kitulgala. Come slightly down, you see this is called Kuruvita. So Kuruvita, you have Kuruvita, they found a cave which is very old, 28,000 years old actually. So that's in Kuruvita, so which is called Batadomba Lena. Okay, can you all, Ryan, can you annotate? Ryan or somebody? Sanuda, can you annotate this and show me? This is very close to Ratnapura. Ratnapura is very close to Kuruvita. Okay. There's a beautiful waterfall in Kuruvita. Bopatella. You have to turn from Kuruvita and go. You see Bopatella. Very beautiful, right? Okay. Where's my arrow? It's this. What is this? What is the red color arrow? What is it?
Avisavelle.
No.
No.
Avisavelle is this arrow. This is Kitulgala Belilena. Okay. Yeah. Avisavela is this one, okay, this dot, okay, this dot, right? And what is this dot? This one?
Pahiyangala.
Pahiyangala in Bulat Sinhala, okay? Yes. Pahiyangala, I'm going to put Bulat Sinhala in within brackets, okay? This one, I took it here because, you know, blue color, you might find it difficult to read, that's why. Yeah. What is this arrow then? This one? Sorry.
Ratnapura.
No. Ratnapura is this one.
Kitulgala?
No. Kitulgala is here, Naguta. We wrote it already.
Vasadambalana.
Kuruvita. Yeah. Sorry. Kuruvita, what? What do you have in Kuruvita?
Vasadambalana.
Batadombalena. Okay. Yes. Very important 3 places. Okay. Kuruvita, Bata, Dombalena. Okay. So what I did is I located Colombo and I located Avisavela and I located Kitulgala. I located Kalutara, I located Pahiyangala. That's actually in Bulat Sinhala. So with those 2 places located, I easily located Kuruvita. And once I have located Kuruvita, I located Ratnapura as well. Okay, go to Google Maps and see the relationship between those places and come to the class next week, right? Those 3 places are very important. So we'll continue from here next week, guys. So next week will be our final map marking session. After that, we'll be discussing maps, yes, but from time to time, okay? So with next week, we'll have discussed, you know, map marking for 4 weeks. I believe that's enough. We can start our grade 10 stuff. Grade 10 students can continue with their grade 10 syllabus, all right? But from time to time, we'll be having map marking for grade 10 as well as in our revision class for grade 11, okay? You guys have any questions? Please feel free to post them in the group.
Excuse me, sorry.
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
What
it's
is
time for
this
questions.
one? The circle one.
Yes,
Can I have the name of it?
that's Ratnapura actually. Ratnapura. Yeah. Got it?
So thank you. God
All right.
bless
No
you.
worries. No worries. See you.
Thank
See
you,
you guys.
sir.
If you have any question, please ask. Yeah, I'll be there for a few more minutes if you want. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. See you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. God bless.
God bless you too.
Thank you, sir. Be safe, sir.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye. Bihandu,
Yes, sir.
are you okay? How is it going?
Okay.
After a long
Sir,
time.
me.
No? මොකද උනේ?
Oh,
Yeah.
sir, me පොඩ්ඩ උදේස්ස පොඩ නැගිටින්න අමාරුයි sir.
එහෙනම් අර එලාම් එක අර වතුර එලාම් එක තියාගන්න. අර මේ
හදාගන්න තියෙනනේ අර හෝම් මේඩ්. මම දැක්කලා
තියෙන
තියෙනවා.
අර මෙහෙම මේ වතුර බාල්දිය වැක්කරන ඔළුවට. අන්න ඒක දැම්මම
ඔව්.
නියමයි. Yeah, ඒකට ඕන කෙනෙක් කරනවා.
එදා
So, you
නැගිට්ටේ
know,
sir
you have to,
මේ
yeah, පුතා, now you have to plan your day, okay, properly. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයා බ්‍රහස්පතින්දානේ දැන් මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ බ්‍රහස්පතින්දා උදේම නැගිටින්න. Right? Try
ඔව් sir.
කරලා කොහොම හරි. Then you can sleep early on you know, Thursday. ඔයා 9 10 වෙනකොට ඔයාට නිදිමත හැදෙනවා නිදාන්න. එතකොට by 4 5 you can wake up. Yeah. ඒක හරියට plan කරගන්න. මම අම්මටත් කතා කරා ඒක. Okay.
හා
හරිද? Right? If you have any questions, yeah, මට message එකක් දාන්න. Okay? Bye.
හා sir.
All right.
Bye sir. Thank you.
Bye,
Have a
bye.
nice
Thank
day
you.
sir.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Thank you sir. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Yuta.